From Google to space, Eric Schmidt's visionary leadership set to propel relativity space into the new space age. Event date, March 10, 2025. Location, Long Beach, California. On March 10, 2025, the tech and aerospace industries were abuzz with the news that Eric Schmidt, the former CEO of Google, has taken a monumental step into the aerospace sector by becoming the CEO of Relativity Space. This transition marks a significant pivot in Schmidt's career as he returns to an executive leadership role for the first time since stepping down from Google in 2011. A new chapter for Eric Schmidt. At 69 years old, Schmidt's decision to lead a rocket startup is both bold and inspiring. Known for his tenure at Google, where he played a pivotal role in the company's rise to prominence, Schmidt's expertise in technology and innovation is expected to bring a fresh perspective to relativity space. Along with assuming the CEO position, Schmidt has made a substantial investment in the company, acquiring a controlling stake that underscores his commitment to its future. In a message to employees, Schmidt expressed his enthusiasm for the venture, stating he is tenacious and passionate about driving the company forward. His leadership is anticipated to steer relativity space toward its ambitious goals, including the development of low-cost reusable rockets designed to compete directly with industry giants like SpaceX. Relativity Space, a brief overview. Founded in 2015, Relativity Space initially focused on smaller rockets capable of carrying payloads of around 2 tons to low Earth orbit. However, the company has strategically shifted its focus to developing medium to heavy lift rockets with higher payload capacities. This pivot positions Relativity Space to better compete with established players in the commercial launch market, particularly SpaceX, which has dominated the sector with its Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy rockets. One of Relativity Space's significant milestones was the launch of the Terran 1, which was advertised as the world's first 3D printed rocket. Unfortunately, the inaugural flight of the Terran 1 ended in failure shortly after launch. Nevertheless, the company is actively developing the Terran, or a reusable medium to heavy lift rocket, with a planned launch for late 2026. Schmidt's leadership is expected to propel these developments significantly, particularly in streamlining operations and enhancing innovation. Schmidt's vision for space. Schmidt's entry into the aerospace sector is emblematic of a broader trend where technology executives are increasingly moving into space exploration. Figures like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos have already made substantial impacts in this field with their respective companies SpaceX and Blue Origin. Schmidt's involvement signals a continued blending of technology and aerospace, promising to inject Silicon Valley's innovative spirit into space exploration efforts. In his inaugural address to the team at Relativity Space, Schmidt outlined his vision for the company, emphasizing the importance of creating infrastructure for space travel and exploration. Among the long-term goals is the aspiration to establish an industrial base on Mars, a vision that aligns with the increasing interest in interplanetary colonization. The competitive landscape. Relativity Space's strategic shift towards medium and heavy lift rockets places it in direct competition with SpaceX, which has become a formidable force in the aerospace industry. SpaceX's proven track record, including successful missions to the International Space Station and the launch of numerous satellites, sets a high bar for new entrants into the market. However, Schmidt's leadership could provide Relativity Space with the necessary edge to carve out a significant niche. His extensive experience in managing a tech giant like Google equips him with valuable insights into scaling operations and fostering a culture of innovation. Transition and future prospects. Timothy Ellis, the co-founder and former CEO of Relativity Space, will remain involved with the company as a board member. This continuity ensures that Schmidt has the support needed to navigate the transition smoothly. Ellis expressed confidence in Schmidt's ability to lead the company, noting, "I know there's no one more tenacious or passionate to propel this dream forward." As the aerospace sector continues to evolve, Schmidt's appointment is seen as a transformative moment for Relativity Space. His vision for the future of space exploration and technology could have far-reaching implications not only for the company but also for humanity's quest to explore beyond our planet. Conclusion. Eric Schmidt's transition from leading one of the world's most influential tech companies to heading a cutting-edge aerospace startup marks a significant moment in both his career and the landscape of space exploration. With ambitious plans and a wealth of experience, Schmidt is poised to lead relativity space into a new era of innovation, potentially shaping the future of rocket technology and interplanetary exploration. As the company embarks on this journey, the world will be watching closely to see how Schmidt's visionary leadership unfolds in the new space age. Counterintuitive information identified. 1. Schmidt's transition. It's surprising that Eric Schmidt, who hasn't taken a CEO role since leaving Google in 2011, is now leading a startup in the highly specialized aerospace industry, which is a stark contrast to his tech background. This move suggests a potential underestimation of the complexities involved in aerospace compared to tech, as one might expect a tech executive to remain within familiar territories. 2. Investment in relativity space. Schmidt acquiring a controlling stake in relativity space raises questions about the risks associated with investing in a company that has already faced setbacks, such as the failure of its Terran 1 rocket. This decision might seem counterintuitive given the high failure rates in the rocket launch industry, especially for newcomers trying to compete with established giants like SpaceX. 3. Shift in company focus. The pivot of relativity space from small payloads to medium to heavy lift rockets reflects a bold strategy that seems counterintuitive for a startup. Many startups typically focus on niche markets to establish themselves before expanding. Instead, relativity space is directly challenging a dominant player, SpaceX, in an area where it may lack sufficient experience and resources. For leadership experience versus industry knowledge, Schmidt's extensive experience in technology does not directly translate to aerospace knowledge. His success in tech may not necessarily guarantee similar success in a field characterized by significant engineering challenges and regulatory hurdles. This could challenge the notion that skills and leadership qualities are universally applicable across vastly different industries. 5. Competitive landscape. The idea that Schmidt's leadership could position relativity space to compete with not just SpaceX but also Blue Origin, founded by Jeff Bezos and others, may overlook the entrenched advantages these companies have, such as established supply chains, expertise, and customer bases. This could be a naive assumption about the accessibility of the aerospace market for new entrants. 6. Cultural fit and transition dynamics. Schmidt stepping into a startup environment after a long career in a corporate giant like Google raises concerns about cultural fit. His management style, which thrived in a large established tech company, may not align well with the fast-paced, innovative culture typical of startups. This transition could lead to conflicts or misalignments within the team. 7. Long-term goals versus immediate challenges. While establishing an industrial base on Mars is an ambitious long-term goal, it may seem unrealistic given the immediate challenges relativity space faces, such as successfully launching their new rockets. This juxtaposition could be seen as a distraction from pressing operational needs, which might hinder the company's short-term success. 8. Perception of tech executives in aerospace. The trend of tech executives moving into aerospace could imply that the skills from the tech industry are easily transferable, which may not be the case. It raises the question of whether this trend is based on genuine industry potential or simply a fascination with the space sector among tech leaders, potentially leading to a misallocation of resources and talent. 9. Public and investor sentiment. Schmidt's past as a tech leader may lead to inflated expectations from investors and the public regarding what relativity space can achieve. The assumption that his previous successes will translate into immediate results in a different industry is a common cognitive bias that could set up the company for disappointment if it fails to meet those expectations. 10. Innovation in rocket manufacturing. The focus on 3D printing technology and rocket manufacturing is seen as innovative, but it also raises questions about the reliability and safety of such methods in aerospace compared to traditional manufacturing techniques. The belief that newer technologies will inherently lead to better outcomes could be misleading, especially in a field where safety is paramount. Overall, these counterintuitive points highlight the complexities and challenges that come with Schmidt's new role at Relativity Space, illustrating that the leap from tech to aerospace is not as straightforward or guaranteed as it may appear. In the recent report about Eric Schmidt's appointment as CEO of Relativity Space, several key aspects are significant yet likely to be overlooked by many readers. Here's a detailed exploration of those components and their implications. 1. Schmidt's investment and control. One of the most crucial elements often underplayed is the extent of Schmidt's financial investment and the implications of acquiring a controlling stake in Relativity Space. This move signifies more than just leadership, it represents a strategic realignment of resources and vision for the company. Schmidt's substantial financial backing can provide the necessary capital for innovation and development, particularly in the highly competitive aerospace sector where launch costs and technological advancements are paramount. Significance. The investment not only positions Schmidt as a key decision-maker but also signals to the market and potential investors that he believes in the long-term viability and potential of Relativity Space. This kind of backing can attract further investment and partnerships, which are critical for a startup aiming to disrupt established players like SpaceX. 2. Shift from small to medium-heavy lift rockets. Relativity Space's pivot from focusing on smaller rockets to medium to heavy lift capabilities is another critical point that may not receive ample attention. Initially, the company aimed to serve the small payload market, which is increasingly crowded. By shifting its focus, Relativity is attempting to carve out a niche in a market dominated by SpaceX, which has established itself as a leader in heavy lift launches. Significance. This strategic pivot indicates a response to market demands and competitive pressures. It showcases Relativity's ambition to not only compete but potentially lead in a segment of the market that can carry larger satellite payloads and support broader missions, including interplanetary exploration. This is an important evolution that aligns with Schmidt's vision of establishing an industrial base on Mars, as heavier payload capabilities are essential for such ambitions. 3. 3D printing innovations. Relativity Space's use of 3D printing technology in rocket manufacturing is a feature that deserves closer scrutiny. The Terran, the world's first 3D printed rocket, experienced a failure in its inaugural flight, which could be perceived as a setback. However, the innovation behind 3D printing itself is a game changer in the aerospace industry. Significance. 3D printing can significantly reduce production times and costs, allowing for rapid prototyping and the ability to make adjustments on the fly. This technological edge could position Relativity Space favorably against traditional aerospace manufacturers who rely on more conventional and often slower manufacturing methods. The failure of the Terran 1 can also be seen as a learning opportunity, enabling the company to refine its approach for future launches. 4. Leadership transition dynamics. The transition from Timothy Ellis to Schmidt as CEO is another aspect that could be underestimated. Ellis, as the co-founder, has been integral to the company's vision and operations. His continued involvement as a board member is crucial for maintaining continuity and stability during this change. Significance. Leadership transitions in startups can often lead to instability or a clash of visions. However, the fact that Ellis remains involved indicates a collaborative approach, likely helping to preserve the company culture and innovation ethos that attracted Schmidt in the first place. This cooperative dynamic can enhance the company's ability to adapt and grow under Schmidt's leadership. 5. Competitive landscape and industry trends. Schmidt's entry into the aerospace sector, joining figures like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, is part of a broader trend of tech leaders venturing into space. This crossover between technology and aerospace is not merely a personal endeavor but represents a transformative moment in the industry. Significance: the influx of technology executives into aerospace highlights a convergence of skill sets that could drive innovation in space exploration. Their experience in scaling technology companies can introduce new methodologies and approaches to an industry that has traditionally been slower to adapt. This trend may lead to increased competition, further driving down launch costs and accelerating the pace of space exploration and commercialization. Conclusion: while the report on Eric Schmidt's appointment as CEO of Relativity Space covers many factual elements, the nuanced implications of his investment, the strategic shift in the company's focus, the innovative approach to manufacturing, the leadership dynamics, and the broader industry trends are critical components that could shape the future of space exploration. These overlooked aspects underscore the significance of Schmidt's role and the potential impact of relativity space in the evolving landscape of aerospace. As the company endeavors to challenge established giants and pursue ambitious goals like Mars colonization, understanding these dynamics will be essential for evaluating its future trajectory. Certainly. Here are the 4 most valuable points for in-depth analysis and discussion regarding Eric Schmidt's leadership transition to relativity space. 1. Strategic shift in focus for relativity space. Discussion points: Relativity Space's transition from focusing on smaller rockets to medium to heavy lift rockets signifies a strategic pivot aimed at capturing a more significant share of the commercial space launch market. This shift aligns with the growing demand for higher payload capacities, especially as satellite launches increase. Analyzing the market dynamics and how this focus positions relativity space against established players like SpaceX can provide insights into the competitive landscape of the aerospace sector. Furthermore, one could discuss the implications of this strategic pivot on innovation in rocket design and manufacturing processes, particularly the use of 3D printing technologies. 2. Eric Schmidt's leadership and vision. Discussion points: Schmidt's extensive experience as CEO of Google brings a wealth of knowledge in managing high-growth tech companies, fostering innovation and scaling operations. His leadership style, characterized by being tenacious and passionate, can be analyzed in the context of how it might influence the culture at Relativity Space. Discussions can revolve around Schmidt's ability to mentor and drive a technology-focused startup compared to his previous experiences, as well as how his vision aligns with the long-term goals of establishing an industrial base on Mars. Evaluating Schmidt's approach to leadership in a highly technical and rapidly evolving industry could yield insights into effective management practices in the aerospace sector. 3. Competition with SpaceX and the new space race. Discussion points: The entry of Schmidt into the aerospace sector with Relativity Space raises questions about the competitive dynamics with SpaceX, which has dominated the market. A detailed analysis of how Schmidt's leadership might impact Relativity Space's ability to innovate and compete can be conducted, particularly looking at factors like pricing strategies, technology advancements, and partnerships. Additionally, the broader implications of this competition, such as the potential for accelerating advancements in space technology and exploration, could serve as a rich area for exploration. Understanding how the presence of multiple tech giants in aerospace impacts regulation, investment, and public perception of space exploration could also be pivotal. 4. Impact of tech executives transitioning to aerospace. Discussion points: The trend of technology executives moving into the aerospace industry, with Schmidt joining the ranks of Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, highlights a significant shift in how the two sectors are increasingly intertwined. Analyzing the motivations behind these transitions, such as the potential for innovation, societal impact, and personal aspirations for space exploration, can lead to a deeper understanding of this trend. Furthermore, discussions could focus on how the infusion of tech-driven approaches and methodologies might reshape the aerospace industry, fostering a new era of innovation and possibly leading to breakthroughs in sustainability and cost reduction in space travel. These points set the stage for a comprehensive analysis of the implications of Eric Schmidt's leadership in relativity space and the broader context of the evolving aerospace landscape. 1. Howard Hughes and the H-4 Hercules. Howard Hughes, an American business magnate, aviator, and film producer, famously took on the aviation industry in the mid-20th century. His most notable project was the H-4 Hercules, an ambitious flying boat intended to transport troops and supplies during World War II. Hughes invested heavily in the project, which faced numerous delays and challenges, including design issues and material shortages. The H-4 Hercules, nicknamed the Spruce Goose, became a symbol of innovation and ambition. Despite only flying once in 1947 for a brief period, Hughes' leadership and vision in aerospace were marked by a desire to push boundaries, paralleling Eric Schmidt's recent foray into the space industry with Relativity Space. 2. Jack Welch and GE's aviation division. Jack Welch, the former CEO of General Electric GE, transformed the company during his tenure from 1981 to 2001, particularly in its aviation division. Welch's leadership was characterized by a focus on efficiency, innovation, and a commitment to research and development. Under his guidance, GE Aviation became a leader in jet engine manufacturing, developing advanced technologies that significantly improved fuel efficiency and performance. Welch's strategic vision and investment in aerospace technology mirrors Schmidt's approach to relativity space, where innovation, competitive positioning, and long-term goals for space exploration are central themes. 3. Elon Musk and SpaceX. Elon Musk, the founder and CEO of SpaceX, is perhaps the most prominent example of a tech entrepreneur successfully transitioning to the aerospace sector. Since its founding in 2002, SpaceX has disrupted the traditional aerospace industry by developing reusable rocket technology, significantly reducing the cost of space travel. Musk's vision includes ambitious goals such as colonizing Mars and making humanity a multiplanetary species. His leadership style, characterized by a hands-on approach and a relentless pursuit of innovation, has drawn parallels to Schmidt's recent appointment at Relativity Space. Both leaders share a commitment to advancing technology in their respective fields and a desire to make significant contributions to humanity's future in space. Future outlook: Eric Schmidt and Relativity Space in the new space age. Eric Schmidt's recent appointment as CEO of Relativity Space marks not only a significant shift in his career but also heralds a new era for the aerospace industry. With his vast experience in technology and leadership, Schmidt is poised to influence the future of space exploration and commercialization profoundly. Here are some predictions about how Schmidt's leadership could shape the future of relativity space and the broader aerospace landscape. 1. Acceleration of rocket development and innovation. Under Schmidt's guidance, Relativity Space is expected to accelerate the development of its next-generation rocket, the Terran R. With a planned launch in late 2026, this reusable medium-to-heavy lift rocket aims to enhance payload capacities and reduce launch costs significantly. Schmidt's tech-driven approach and experience in scaling operations may lead to innovative manufacturing techniques, including advancements in 3D printing, which has been a cornerstone of Relativity's strategy. 2. Increased competition with established players. Schmidt's entry into the aerospace sector will intensify competition with established companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin. Relativity Space's focus on developing cost-effective reusable rockets is likely to attract new commercial contracts, pushing competitors to further innovate to maintain their market positions. This competitive dynamic could lead to a faster pace of technological advancements and reduced launch costs, benefiting the entire space industry. 3. A focus on Mars and beyond. One of Relativity Space's long-term ambitions is to establish an industrial base on Mars. Schmidt's vision may catalyze partnerships with governmental space agencies and private enterprises focused on Mars exploration. His background in technology and strategic foresight will likely position Relativity as a key player in future Mars missions, making space colonization a more tangible goal within the next 2 decades. 4. Integration of AI and advanced technologies. Given Schmidt's background in technology, particularly at Google, it is plausible that he will advocate for the integration of artificial intelligence and machine learning into Relativity Space's operations. This could streamline processes from rocket design and manufacturing to launch operations, improving efficiency and safety. The adoption of advanced technologies will likely set a new standard for the aerospace industry, where data-driven decisions become paramount. 5. Expansion of commercial partnerships. With Schmidt's extensive network and experience in Silicon Valley, Relativity Space may see an influx of partnerships with tech companies, research institutions, and even international space agencies. Collaborations could lead to shared resources, technological exchanges, and joint missions, enhancing Relativity's capabilities and outreach. This network could facilitate faster advancements in technology and a broader market presence. 6. Focus on sustainability and green technologies. As global awareness of climate change increases, there is a growing emphasis on sustainability in all sectors, including aerospace. Schmidt may drive Relativity Space to adopt more sustainable practices, such as utilizing eco-friendly propellants or designing rockets with lower carbon footprints. This focus on sustainability could not only enhance the company's brand but also attract environmentally conscious investors and customers. 7. Potential for new funding and investments. Schmidt's reputation and investment in Relativity Space may attract new investors looking to capitalize on the growing commercial space market. Increased funding could enable the company to expand its research and development efforts, hire top talent, and enhance its infrastructure, solidifying its position as a leader in the aerospace industry. 8. Public engagement and education. Recognizing the importance of public interest in space exploration, Schmidt may prioritize outreach and educational initiatives that engage the public and inspire future generations. By fostering a culture of curiosity and innovation, Relativity Space could play a vital role in promoting STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education, ultimately contributing to a more informed and engaged citizenry regarding space exploration. 9. Influencing policy and regulation. With his background in technology and business, Schmidt may become a key figure in influencing space policy and regulation. His insights could help shape policies that encourage innovation while ensuring safety and sustainability in space exploration. This influence could lead to a more conducive environment for startups and established companies alike, promoting growth in the aerospace sector. 10. Vision for the next decade. In the coming decade, Schmidt's leadership could redefine what is possible in space travel and exploration. His vision for Relativity Space aligns with a broader movement toward commercial spaceflight where the boundaries of exploration are continually pushed. This could lead to a future where space tourism becomes commonplace, and the prospect of living and working in space is realized. Conclusion. Eric Schmidt's leadership at Relativity Space represents a transformative moment in both his career and the aerospace industry. His strategic vision and technological expertise are expected to drive innovation, competition, and sustainability in space exploration. As he propels Relativity Space into the new space age, the implications of his leadership could resonate throughout the industry, shaping the future of humanity's exploration and utilization of space for decades to come.